Can you hear me now? Now you can hear me. There you go. Alright. Alright. I will give you one, Monty Harris. Let's see. There you go. Kick all the weirdos off, because I'm sure there's going to be a bunch. How you guys doing? What's up, Mike from Ventura? I've been trying to hustle to make money, and I've been running down rabbit holes, and like things haven't been materializing the way that I wanted them to. So I'm just gonna come back to YouTube like full time, and I'm gonna start a Patreon tomorrow. Um, and like hopefully that's enough where I can just do this full time and I can do it correctly. I think the way I'm gonna do it is I'm gonna charge like $1 a month, and you get like private videos, and then there'd be like another membership that's like $5 a month, and you get photos of like all the people that I talk about in all my stories, so you can see what they look like. And I think, there'll be like tiers going up, but it gets like increasingly more, it like shows more of what's going on, like the more that you would pay for the membership or whatever. Thank you, Zach. I appreciate that. No, you can do $1. You can do $1. I'm going out. I'm going out to. I'm not withdrawing at all anymore. I'm just not sleeping that good. But besides that, I don't feel chills or anything. I mean, I feel fine. I'm like over the worst part. I've kicked so many times cold turkey in jail that, I mean, where I'm at now is like I of course I still feel some withdrawal with like Suboxone or methadone. You're gonna feel it for a while, but it's not enough where like, which is withdrawal, which is like hardcore compared to like, I mean, I was comfortable. I got GHB. I got to go to treatment. They tapered me down with the methadone. It's not like being in like a jail cell having to come off the subs or whatever you're coming off of cold turkey. So I feel better. You know, I'm not nutting in like 2 seconds, which is cool. We on Valentine's Day I was back. I was back, baby. I'm back in the game. But so yeah, that's pretty much like what. Yeah, I was at Tarzana. That's where I detoxed. Oh, thank you, Don. I appreciate that. Yeah, thank you everyone that bought the album. I've been living off that. I've been like pretty much chasing. No, not 10. I fucked my wife for like 2 hours straight. Like, you know, I'm back. That happens after. You can always tell where you're at with withdrawal, but if you're a man, how long you last. Thank you, young stunner. I appreciate you. Um, and yeah, it's just been like the last week. So I was like in this fog for so long, and then I finally came out of it, and I've been trying to do normal stuff. I've been writing a lot because that's like really that's like my primary profession. It's pretty much what I do for a living. Um, but that particular thing I was writing kind of didn't materialize the way I wanted it to. And then I tried to jump into other business ventures this week that just everything was going bad. So I'm coming back. Honestly, I know I've said this before, but I'm honestly trying to come back like every day. Um, and I had the reason I just came home. I've been running around all day, just like, trying. Like I've been going to meetings, and I'm in outpatient now. Like just trying to process my friend Paul's death because that really fucked me up bad. Um, that's why I was getting so out there with different drugs and stuff. But I'm back, and I get off parole in like on March 24th. So I'm just really trying to stay in my lane right now and do well. But starting today and starting tomorrow, I'm just gonna start recording stuff all day long. Like tomorrow, I'm gonna record like 6 or 7 videos like in one day. So I feel like if I get them all done in one day, Patreon, you know, I mean, I'm gonna do, I'll say, you know, I'm not gonna say who, but like somebody that I've been talking about on YouTube pretty much reached out to me and like asked me to stop. Um, and you know, I'm like, I'm not a scumbag. Like, I don't even use these people's real names. This person deserves to be on blast, but out of respect for that, for other people involved that have kind of been asking and like politicking with me not to put these people out there like that. I'm back. Palabra. I'm back. Am I back? All right, I'm back. I gotta plug my phone in though. Yeah, I'll give you a story. I just feel like venting because it's just been such a bad fucking week, man. I don't know. I don't know if you guys have just like weeks like that or like where you're really trying to do everything legit and really nothing's working out for me. Like I keep going like on these wild goose chases and like nothing is panning out and I'm starting to get really frustrated. And I went and hung out with Big Herc and OG Badger, and this dude Sinister, the artist. I went and saw those guys yesterday. I think it was yesterday. Jesus, I can't even remember. I think it was yesterday. Pretty sure it was. Was yesterday Saturday? Yes. And yeah, it was cool. I'd never met OG Badger. Yeah, Badger never went in. He's good, you know? And I told him that. I think you had told me that, Zach, that he got busted. And like, no, he's good. He didn't go in. So I got to meet him, but we're gonna be doing a video together like sometime soon. And I'm also gonna be doing one with Sinister, and I think I'm gonna start bringing people on here and just asking them stuff. I'll try it. Yeah, I know. He told me the whole story. Yeah, they're pretty much over. I mean, I was explaining it in the beginning of the video. I still got like a runny nose and like my sleep's kind of messed up and I don't really have a good appetite, but I mean, look at my pupils. Like they definitely aren't pinned. I'm off it, you know? Everyone was like, you can't come off 24 milligrams. I did it. I'm good. So, you know. But I don't know. I think I have yes, I will tell a story, you fucking weirdo fiends. Um, I'm would you guys want me to have my like I'm thinking about like going back through all the videos I've already done and having both my mom and dad do reaction videos of it. I think that would be interesting because I'm like, thank you, Sawyer. Um, I got it from a street vendor in Los Angeles. You know, I always support the street vendors. But would you guys want me to do reaction videos of my mom and dad like talking about like when I'm talking about butt fucking conga lines and sex rights? Like, would you guys like to see that? Because I think my mom and dad's reaction would be pretty classic to that. Thank you, Rob. Yes, I appreciate that. No, you guys don't want that? Yes. See, some people want that, some people do. I think it would be pretty funny to some of the story. I mean, my parents don't know half the shit, and I really don't care. Like they're pretty understanding, but I think that they would be pretty shocked at some of the things that I'm talking about. Thank you. Okay, I will do that. I think we'll start doing that on Fridays. We'll do family Fridays, and we'll get like my wife on some of them, and I want to interview people I've done time with too. You know, I want to interview some other people, but I want to do stories like 3 or 4 times a week. Uh, uh, fuck. I'm gonna check in. I'm gone. Later. I owe someone on here money. Uh, Boots. I don't know where that dude is. Honestly. Mike Virgin's dead. He overdosed. Frank Fridays, my dad, like, was, like, over it. I mean, he's busy, too. He's writing his own book. I'm trying to tell him to write a book about me. And I think he's going to do it, so, I don't know. He's busy doing his own stuff right now. PC up. Oh, there you go. Thanks, Samantha. You know who wrote me, Samantha. We won't put her on blast, but I find it funny, like, it's another thing on the Patreon stuff, like, yeah, I know I say some pretty way out shit, but, like, I hold back on some stuff because I don't want, like, my dad will be like, your little cousins watch this, or, like, people that, professional colleagues of him watch these videos, and that's kind of, like, embarrassing. Like, I went out to lunch with him and, like, this other guy that's pretty conservative, and he was like, he's like, palabra, fool. And I was like, wow. It was pretty surprising that, like, older conservative people watch that stuff. Um, no, Samantha doesn't know her, but yeah, I know. I agree, Zach, and then I don't have to ask people for shit, because that's demoralizing, and I don't like it. And it's like, I feel like if I do that, then I earn, like, I provide content, and then you get something out of it. But I will tell a story. I guess we can just get into the marriage stuff. But before that, I'm just trying to, like, make sure that I understand what people want me to do. On the Patreon, I think a good idea would be, every time I do a video on YouTube, like, I send out an email blast and include pictures of people that were actually in those stories. Because people all the time are asking me what certain people look like. They're like, I want to see Taco. I think I can get a picture of him too, like a real picture of him, because I talked to someone on Facebook that still knows him, and he's out of prison right now. So I think I can get a picture of him. I think I can get a picture of, I think I can get a picture of a lot of these people. And I'm just wondering, like, what do you think, like, a fair price would be? It'd be like, I do like 5 pictures for every video, and I do it retroactively. I'll go back and do all the videos I've already done. Like, do you think that that would be something I should fucking 5 a month? Yeah, $1. Uh, 5. Okay, that's cool. All right, we'll do 5. We'll do 5. 10? I like you. That's a good idea. $5 for each person. 15? Holy fuck. I think that's too expensive. Dude, Spotify's not even 15. I can't charge that. You know? I mean, dude, I'm not, like, all thirsty like that. I'm just trying to think of a way to be able to do this more often and not have to do other shit, because I'm wasting a lot of time doing other stuff that's not doing anything. 100 books? Sign books. I hate sign books because they're just complicated, and then so many people sent me orders on different ways. Like, some people would send them on GoFundMe, some on Venmo is the easiest because people would include their address. PayPal is like that too. But, like, on the GoFundMe messages, I don't even get those. Karina gets those. So, like, sometimes there'd be a miscommunication. It was just, like, it was way too disorganized. If I get up to 10,000 subscribers, you can just straight purchase shit off the channel. You know, that's like a privilege you get with 10,000 subscribers, and I'm not that far from that. I don't think, like 7. My boy just made a snake ordinance blotter, and we're gonna have those and hoodies and stuff. But that's a badass. That's a really badass piece that he did. He's been working on it for a long time. Tramadol. That's like no. My ex-wife used to suck dick for Tramadol. Chuck Bronson. Who's Chuck Bronson? Bronson sent me. Who's that? Thanks, Chance. Appreciate that. I know. Who is that? Who is Chuck Bronson? Who is it? Someone tell me who that is. Someone tell me. Yeah, I know. They don't like to. Monty, they yeah, I've been to Wayside when I got arrested for. Have you guys seen that movie, The Sandlot? I got in a fight with that guy. He was like the overweight kid with freckles. Um, I hit him at the Commerce Casino, and I got arrested in LA. And I was on felony probation in Santa Barbara, so they extradited me. So they put me in Wayside Supermax. But I haven't done. Who's Chuck Bronson? Who the fuck is that? Hi, like, that's cool. Hi, Chuck. Who is that? I hit Chubbs. Is that his name? I don't remember. I haven't seen that movie for a long time. I did hit him, dude. He was like all wasted, like grabbing some girl's ass, and I was pretty drunk too. And he was like, I just dope fiended him. I was all wasted, and I punched him, and I got arrested for it. And I didn't know that he was that guy, but like later I found out that that's who I hit, and I was like, what the? How random? Because I saw that movie when I was a kid. Chuck Braun. Thank you, Chance. Who's Chuck Braun? Who is that? It's a lot of people. Do I know famous people that Chuck? I don't know who that is. Is he cool? Is that the dude on I don't know, man. I'm bad with names. Cop. Oh, yeah. Now I remember. I was on his show, right? I actually hit that guy. I wish I knew who it was because I would have said some stuff, you know. Well, thank you, Chuck Bronson. People, are you guys from Chicago? Isn't he from Chicago? Is he from Chicago? Yeah. He 500. Show your face? You can't see my face? Here I am. I got a haircut. I saved up for it for a month. Thank you, Chuck Bronson. Now I remember. I remember who you are, and I appreciate that, all the people. Why bloody nose? I don't have a bloody nose. Do I? From snorting coke. People, that, like, when I'm all hyper and manic, you guys think I'm on coke. If I was on coke, I would not be doing YouTube videos. I'm not that kind of coke person. I shoot or smoke it, and I'm like in a bathroom hearing helicopters that aren't there. Do not. I like am not functional on cocaine. I used to be, but I think in like 2017, 16, right around that time, I was working for that telemarketing place. I was doing so much coke back in that year. I like hit a point of psychosis, and I don't think I've ever gone back to that. Yeah, coke's. Ugh. Coke definitely isn't what it used to be either. Like back years ago, it was way better, and it, they sell like some real. Are you on something? I'm sitting on a plunger, bouncing up and down. So what? Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Well, thanks, Chuck Bronson. That's pretty like kind of you. Now I remember who you are, and it's been a while, man. You have my phone number. You can text me, whatever. Um, I haven't had any time to do videos. Like I did one on Valentine's Day. Um, you ever do gabapentin? Yeah. When in prison, gabapentin, which is also Neurontin, is like one of the most popular drugs because it's cheap and you get really loaded off it. I mean, you take like, well, I probably shouldn't say this, but like we would take high doses of it, and yeah, we would get loaded. Yeah, I used to love that stuff. It helped when I was kicking. I was taking it just like a few weeks ago. Whenever I was kicking, you want my phone number? I'll give my phone number for $100, and you can call me. Maybe that'll be a. Wow, I'm really whoring myself out. One time in Chicago. Do I? Despite my nose always running, I honestly I don't really sniff anything. Either inject it or smoke it. I don't. My nose just doesn't work like that. Like my nose is so it's so messed up from snorting stuff from so many years that whenever I'm kicking, it's just like a faucet. Like snot comes out of it, like all like I'll be like at the grocery store and snot will just wow, what's going? I can't even see who's sending stuff. That was weird. Yeah, I've had surgery for the suffering. Yeah, somebody just sent money and I didn't see who it was. I'm sorry. Someone tell me who that was. I appreciate it. But yeah, my nose like it goes like that's like how fuck yeah. I would snort Wellbutrin and I'd throw a towel up on my door and masturbate. My wife gets mad when I talk about masturbation. Oh well. Yeah, I snorted Wellbutrin. That's one drug that I snorted. I still snort Wellbutrin once in a while, to be honest, but you know, that's like the one thing that I will snort because I don't know. It reminds me. It reminds me. Oh my god, I don't know what's up with the Wi-Fi here. Yeah. How much is it? It depends on what kind of heroin. For black tar, it's like 10 grand, 8 grand, 8 to 10 grand for a pound. That's what like I don't have. I have an iPhone, dude. I have an Obama phone. $100 a panty. What about butthole shots for $7? $7 is $7, dude. Uh oh yeah, they fuck up your nose bad, man. I know. I'm sorry. Did you get caught? Salvia. What's the point of taking or injecting Suboxone? Um, I don't think there's a point to injecting Suboxone. I think it's more that I'm just a dope fiend and I like being, I'm addicted to the needle, like you said. Um, and yeah, I just like slamming stuff. It's funny when I was doing an intake for the outpatient, they asked me, like I was telling them, they're like, how do you take your Suboxone? Because I was telling them that I just kick Suboxone. Like, how are you taking it? I was like, I was injecting it, and they're like, you can't inject Suboxone. There's naloxone in it. That's 100% not true. I slammed Suboxone for many, many years. Like, so thank you. I don't know. I didn't know you could slam. I am not on Sabak. Dude, look at my pupils. Are you fucking kidding me? If you know anything about subs, you know I'm not on them. Look how big my pupils are. Are you serious? They pin your Suboxone pins your eyes, dude. It does the same thing heroin does. Um, thank you. Thank you. Cool teach. Quick hustles? I mean, I don't know. Ask my ex-wife about quick hustles, quick bucks, quick buck hustles. She's all about that. Well, they're not huge, but do you see what they're normally like compared to like past videos? They were always pinned, dude. Are you serious? Uh, have I shot? Yeah, I'm definitely not high. Weirdo. Quick hustles. Sell any panties lately? Of course, dude. Once you're in that industry, you can never stop selling panties. That's cool. That's cool. Is there purple heroin? I don't even know. I've shot yeah, the fake house deposit. Once I mentioned that, a bunch of people commented that like they actually have done that and that it's actually worked. Yeah, I have panties for sale. $10, dude. Hit that Venmo. I got you. I like straight heroin. I hate fentanyl. You know, recently in the last few years, this whole fentanyl thing, this whole fentanyl craze is ridiculous. I mean, any true heroin addict, you can. Thank you, young stunner. Any like true heroin addict knows when they're when you inject fentanyl. It does not feel the same as shooting heroin. Like, it's like a nauseating rush. It's not a good one. You don't get the pins and needles and like the nice, like, warmy, cozy heroin feel. That's not what fentanyl does. It's just like this gross, like, industrial, nauseating rush. It's like, it's lame. And, you know, when I got out of like, fentanyl has been around for a long, long time. Like, not like the pharmaceutical grade that, see, people get very confused about the fentanyl, you know, because when I was growing up, we would get the fentanyl patches, and you could we would cook those on like the kind of glass thing that you marinate a steak in. We cook it up, and like it almost turns into this, like, I don't know, this film that you can scrape with a razor blade, and it's like almost it turns into like a powder, and then we would cook it and slam it, which is still like really dangerous. So like when I was growing up, that was like the fentanyl that was around. When I started shooting China White in like 2003, they used to put fentanyl in that, you know, like you could tell the difference between, well, I'm gonna go outside because it is, this connection sucks. And I need a cigarette. Oh my god, I don't even know where my cigarettes are. That sucks. Alright, we'll go. Surely I have a refryer or something. My cigarettes are somewhere else. Ugh. Okay. We're outside. So, like, you know, the whole fentanyl thing that's out right now, this, hey, shh, do not bark. Oh my god, these dogs are that's why I don't fucking record outside. These dogs are out of control. Shh. How many times, like, I don't count like home overdoses as overdoses, like, you know, I count like, hey, shh. I count like hospitalizations as overdoses. I've been hospitalized 8 times. I've been hit with Narcan 8 different times. In the hospital. I've also been hit by Narcan. When I was in New Mexico, some random black dude hit me with Narcan, but I don't even consider, I consider the hospital real. I've OD'd 8 times. And yeah, I'm pretty much not insurable at this point. Can't get like PPO. So anyway, what I was saying about fentanyl is the stuff they're doing now, synthetic, like weird, most of that stuff is research chemicals from China. You know, like right now my friends were telling me that they can get an ounce of fentanyl between 100 and 300 bucks of like this research chemical grade fentanyl, and they're all getting on the dark web and stuff, and they get it from China. And that's not the stuff that's killing people. Like that really like potent fentanyl where it's like a granule will literally kill you. Like a couple granules of it will literally kill you. That's not even on the market that much. And thank you, Rob Oxus. Oh, I'm really sorry to hear that. Rest in peace, Shayla. Yeah, I lost one of my closest friends this year, or last November, a few months ago. It's horrible, man. I feel for you. My word's pretty poo-poo, yeah. So that's what's going on. Like, most of these people are doing these research chemical fentanyl that's coming from China, and when you like hear about like a bunch of people dying really quickly from fentanyl, it's usually somebody got like the actual fentanyl, put it in there, and it like they don't know how to destroy. I don't even know how you would cut heroin with fentanyl and do it correctly. I'd imagine it'd be pretty hard, but that's why everyone's dying right now. So many people die every year. It's really sad. And fuck you, dude. Who is that? Better Topics. Fucking suck my dick. Someone kick him off. I do have a better topic. Let me tell you something I want to start doing. I want to start giving, if you guys, okay, so like a few months ago, I was talking about giving people scholarships into rehab, right? And a lot of people hit me up on like, I really don't check my Facebook messages that often. Once in a while I do. Instagram DMs I just don't check. Like there's, like a lot of people send me them and I honestly don't really look at them. My email is the best way to get a hold of me. Sometimes people email me and like I try to respond to as many as I can, but there's a lot of people that send me stuff, mainly dick shots. And everyone wanted to get into treatment. They're like, I have no resources. I don't have insurance. So I really put an effort. I hooked up 3 different people with scholarships. Every single one of those people left the rehab AWOL, like burn the bridge for somebody else, And then I found very common in the treatment industry, there's a lot of people getting kickbacks for placing people into rehab. And people are trying to get me into that. They're like, dude, there's even people in California that I'm friends with they get paid to go to rehab. It's like a straight insurance scam, You guys were asking about quick little hustles. Damn, Samantha, just hooking it up today. Thank you. And that's one that's like going on right now. A lot of people will get paid to go to rehab, and they'll split the kickback with whoever they're getting into. So I tried to start getting people into rehab on scholarships, and I started running into all these people that were trying to do like insurance scams. And like, yeah, I'm a straight scumbag, but like I'm not trying to profiteer off somebody's misery. Like, I'm not trying to like first of all, it's not legal to do that. Like, I've already been busted by the feds. I don't want anything to do with that. I got a few people into rehab. They all burned me. They all fucking went AWOL on me. So, like, I tried to be, like, a good guy and help people, and honestly, I can't do it. And then I asked people to write me, like, a essay just so I'd know who's serious or not. And, like, nobody seemed to be able to do that. They're like, I need help so bad. It's like, fucking get on your computer and write me a little essay. Yo. I reached out to Brandon Novick today, now that you guys are talking about him. I'm trying to do stuff with him right now. He's cool, But, okay, so anyway, my point of this, and then I'm going to go into a story, I promise, is... and someone just asked if I'll do state prison stories. Yeah, I will when we get to that point. Like, we're a couple years from that. But, yeah, we'll get to that. State prison was fucking horrible. It was way worse than the feds. I hated it. Why is Novak a piece of shit? Why is Novak a piece of shit? Why is he a piece of shit? I don't think he is. But hey, listen, so I'm Shaky Jake. What the fuck kind of Wi-Fi would I have? What's up, man? 818. Let a dude suck him off for a fix. Dude, that doesn't make him a piece of shit. I'm sure I would have done that if fucking someone had ever offered it to me. No one's offered that to me. And like, what are you supposed to say to someone? Hey, dude, I don't have money, but you can suck my dick. Like, dude, I would have gotten beat up. None of my drug dealers would let me do that, Like, I don't even know how you do that. I don't think someone's a piece of shit for that, I mean, people got to do what they got to do. I don't respect, I don't... Whatever. It is what it is. At least know the dude offered him. Yeah, it's pretty hardcore. I mean, straight up respect, Brandon Novick. That's you earned that dope fiend title, bro. Like, So no, I wouldn't do that, Travis. God, why do people take my shit so literal? You guys are so weird. So listen, thank you, Tanner. I really appreciate that. What's up, baby sharks? Yeah, I wouldn't do that either. I've been a junkie for 20 years. If I was gonna go that route, I would have a long fucking time ago, believe me. And I probably wouldn't be in jail because I would just be a little fucking whore and, So, listen, my new thing that I'm trying to do is send you these for free. Who needs one of these? And who wants this? This is Narcan, and I'm like 3 weeks or something. 3 weeks. Okay, this is Narcan nasal spray, right? And yeah, I got anyone that wants this, I can send it to you for free. Not asking for anything. I'll even pay for the shipping. Even though I'm broke as fuck. But I will still pay $5 to ship you this just to save your life. Yes. Thank you, Michael. Um, and I know you have some, Samantha. You should send this shit. This should be ubiquitous and be in every bathroom in the country. Any public area, you should have this. My friend Paul would still be alive if this existed. Or if he had this, had access to it. It did exist, but he just didn't have access to it. So, if you want Narcan for free, because I have to do something good just to clean up my karmic debts, hit me up and I'll send them to you. I only have like 30 of them, but I can probably get more. I get them for free. Like, people are charging $100 for this. That's fucking criminal, dude. Like, so if you need Narcan, if you even have a, if you have a history of addiction or, thank you, Zach. I appreciate that. I need it right now. I'm fucking going through it financially, but yes, thank you. Thank you, Zach. If you guys want Narcan for free, I'll send it to you. So straight up, anybody. You don't need to write me an essay, nothing. I'm thinking about starting a nonprofit in like memory of Paul and just hooking everybody up with free Narcan, you know? And then Samantha, she has Narcan and she's in Canada, so is it really $75? That's crazy, man. Like to me that's criminal, you know? So yeah, this is 2 doses. It's the nasal spray kind. So if somebody goes out, I got anybody that needs one, just email me. Send me an email and I will send it to you. And yeah, my email is literally, thank you, Graham. I'll send it to you. Just email me. Yeah, it's legal to have Narcan without a script. I get these for free. There's no this isn't a prescription drug. I hope I don't know. Can I legally send this? I need to like find out. Email me anyway. I mean, it's not legal. Who cares? It's for a good cause, dude. You know? Hell yeah, I'll play Naked Leapfrog, dude. Alright, so that's it. Free Narcan, and you guys want to get into a story? Because I do. And I'm tired, and I know that this is what you want. You don't care about my stupid rants. So let's go inside and I'll just do it. Where am I? No, I don't. I don't like Roxy's. And if I'm dope sick, I do, but it's not my like go-to. I don't like them, and they got all these fake Roxy's out now. I never even heard of that when I was growing up. They never had fake fake pills. It's so weird to me. People just have pill presses, and it's just like when they used to press pills for ecstasy, but they put fentanyl and a little bit of buffer, little bit of the, what's it called? The buffer. And yeah, and then everyone's like dying. So how do I turn off the chat so that I can just tell the story? Does anyone know how to do that? So I can do that without like having to be distracted, because it really fucks my ADD up, Anybody? Let's see. Hide all chat messages. What's up? Is there like a is there a lag on the video? Somebody answer me. Like none of the chat. Okay. Wow. Thank you, Tom. Palabra. It's story time. No lag. Okay. Ignore. Yes. No. It's Ryan Leone 313. That's a good idea. Throw a piece of paper over the comments, but that's like half the fucking. Let's see. Like, so I have such. You don't even want to see this desk I have. It's like there's sketchy as shit on here. Let's see. So it's theater? Well, can you do that? No, it won't let you. It won't let me do that. Theater mode. How do you do that? Hide chat. What's sketchy on my... Well, I mean, I don't know. It just looks all... I don't know. I don't think I should show you guys. Okay. What drugs are... I'm not on any drug. Nothing. Not even a fucking... I don't even smoke herb right now. I go to outpatient and they test me. I'm not doing anything. You know? Let's see. Okay. I'm trying. Bear with me. I'm high on life. Can I keister I've been to prison 3 times, dude. I can keister a fucking flat screen television at this point. My butthole shot out. Dude, I've literally stuck. Thank you, Baka Benja. Thank you. I know. It keeps freezing. I don't know what to do. Like, I don't know. Wouldn't you rather that I just, like, do a good story video? Because on the lives, I just get so fucking distracted. You know? I'm trying. I like, really want to be able to do it, but, I can't. Let's see. What do you guys think? You think I should stay on here and try to do a story, or should I just get off and do like a good one and just upload it? Email. Yeah, what? Stay? Okay. Okay. All right. I'm just not going to look. All right. Go outside? Let's go outside. Okay, I'm going to go outside, and then I'm just going to get to it. And then we'll do it. You guys are already watching. I mean, what's the point of, you know, go cop. They are egomaniac. Fuck you, Austin. Kick his ass off, Monty. Alright, dude. I'm trying to put this shit on, and I'm trying to just tell you guys this. This video is dedicated to the person that sent me the email. If you hate what I've been saying recently, you're gonna hate what I tell you tonight. I don't care. You deserve it. Straight up. You know, you're an evil, 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 evil person. And if you think that what I say on a YouTube video is bad, wait till you see a documentary about my life. What do you think? She's just gonna be protected? Like I'm not gonna bring her up. I'm not gonna put her on blast, because I am, and she deserves it. So that's what you get. That's what you get for trying to. Anyone that tries to keep another human being in prison is a piece of shit. Straight up. Thank you. I know, I'm doing the story. I don't have any more STD stories. I only have a couple STDs, maybe 3. I mean, didn't I tell you how I got all of them? I think I have 2. I have Hep C, HPV, and herpes. I don't have anything more. I don't have AIDS. I mean, I've certainly put in a good effort to get it, but I can't get it. I don't know. I've shared needles with people that have it. I don't know why I can't get it. I'm doing a story. I'm putting a hoodie on, you weirdo. Oh. All right, I'm back. Yes. All right, I'm here. I don't know where my cigarettes are. Let's get into the story. I'm just gonna try to not look at you. So, where did we leave off? Someone tell me where to start this. I forget where we left off. Yeah, only 3 STDs that I know of. I probably have more than that. Who cares? So what? You probably have STDs too. And if you don't, you're probably not fucking enough people. You know? I mean, everybody has STDs. Oh God. No. My ex-wife left with the kid. No, 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 no. We're past that, aren't we? Did I get the DUI yet? Did I get the DUI? Where are? Just explain to me where we are, and I'll fucking tell a story, and we can get on with like what we're doing here. Okay, so okay, all right. I know where we are. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. So, I mean, I feel that I have to tell what happened. You know, even though I already covered this in the album. I mean, whatever. I'm just gonna. It's for chronology purposes. You know, I crashed, and just to make a long story short, I go into it in much more detail in the album. But basically, they breathalyzed me, and I wasn't drunk, but I had drinking. I think I had drinking a pint of Jack Daniels that morning. I want to say, like, maybe not even a full pint. It was just enough to get me well, and to get me, you know, like through. Hey, shut the fuck up. Shh. You guys are so obnoxious. I let you sleep in my house. I feed you. Why do you do this when I'm trying to do work? Sorry. Okay, so I crashed my BMW, and I hit this like Middle Eastern guy, and he, like, we sandwiched another car. It was a minivan, and it was a Southsider, and he, dude, shut the fuck up. You guys see what I'm dealing with? Oh god. I like transgenders, yeah. Who doesn't? Anyone that's been up for a few days will, you know, attest to that. I'm back. I'm back. I'm back. I'm low on batteries, so I have to be in here. So it's getting too distracted outside anyway. Okay, so let's get on with the story. I ended up getting in a car accident because I was texting while I was driving. And I had a spoon in my pocket that was burned. It had like an old cotton on it. I had a couple rigs on me. And I'd probably drinking at the most a pint, but I don't think so. And that was probably at like 7 in the morning. And I think I got in the car accident at 11. So I knew that I wasn't legally drunk. And, you know, the Southsider was all pissed off. Like, what the fuck, fool? You know, he's like, you better not be drunk, dog. And I'm like, you know, I'm not wearing a shirt. I have a backwards hat. I'm covered in track marks. I have prison tattoos all over me. I have flip-flops on, board shorts. Like, I look like a straight dope fiend. And he could tell that, like, he thought, I think because I was dope sick, they thought that I was under the influence of something. Okay. My phone's on low battery, man, so, you know, if it like, there's no lag out here, but my phone's on like 15%, so I'm just gonna try to tell as much as I can, and then whatever. Like, I knew that I wasn't drunk, so the CHP officer came up to me and he's like, are you on probation or parole? Now, if you're on federal probation, it does not come up in the state. When you get pulled over by a regular sheriff and they run you on Sentry or the NCIC or whatever system that cop is using, your federal probation doesn't come up, at least in California. And I had known that already because, like, I had been pulled over and I'd had drugs on me. And, like, there was one time I was in a cul-de-sac with that girl that I had left the rehab with, and we had dope on us, we had a meth pipe, we had rigs, spoons. And I was like, I'm fucked anyway. I may as well just lie about it. I lied about it that time, and I learned that they don't automatically notify, you know, they don't know, there's no red flag goes up with the feds when you're on state. The state won't figure out if you're on federal probation. So, I lied about it. You know, he asked me if I was on probation or parole. I said no. And he had let the Southsider go. I'm pretty sure the Southsider that was in the minivan told on me, because the first thing that he said to me is, how much have you had to drink? And I'm like, I haven't had anything to drink. Now, like I said, I had track marks. So I think he was like more asking, are you under the influence of anything? Fact of the matter is I had been drinking, but not enough where I thought that I was like, I didn't think I was going to register on a breathalyzer. Still, I was, you know, he gave me the option, breathalyzer or field sobriety test. And I'm like, field sobriety test. When I was younger, I used to practice field sobriety tests with my friends. Like, we'd get super wasted and we would just practice all day because we knew this person that was like in the academy to be a highway patrol officer. So like we knew all these ways to beat it. And like if you practice enough, you can beat it. We were always driving around drunk when we were younger. So we just figured that, you know, if we practiced enough, we could beat it. So I was like fairly confident, even though I was really sick and that I did have a little alcohol, that I could beat the test. So, you know, I don't remember what he had me do, like touch your nose or, you know, and like I said, I'm like shirtless, I'm in flip flops. It's already hard, you know? And, I think I pass. I mean, he's making me do crazy shit. Count from 856 down to 600. And I'm just like, still, I'm like doing okay with it. I mean, like, I'm still lucid. And, you know, so as I'm doing the field sobriety test, 2 more cop cars roll up. There's a total general rule of thumb in a situation like this. If multiple cop cars show up, you're going to jail. Plus I had rigs in my pocket. I had spoon in my pocket. And I was on federal probation. So even if I'd passed the field sobriety test, even if I blew within the legal limit, I knew that I was going to jail. And, you know, eventually he's like, come on, be honest with me. How much have you had to drink? I'm like, listen, I drank mimosas last night, or maybe I said it like for breakfast. I don't remember. I think for breakfast, right? I drank mimosas for breakfast. I only had a couple. That was like 4 hours ago. I did drink, but I'm not under the influence right now. And he's like, now these other cops are coming up to me and they're kind of bullying me, you know, like, how much have you had to drink? I'm like, dude, that other cop already tried that. I've had a whole pint of Jack Daniels. I'm not going to say that to a cop, right? And so they're like, well, will you do a breathalyzer? And at that point, I didn't have any other option. I'm like, yes, whatever. So they have me blow into it, and, you know, you blow for like a minute, and then it clicks. I'm never good at that anyway. I don't have wind. I'm like a hardcore smoker. I just don't have wind like that. And so I'm like, I can like barely do it, and it finally clicks. And like all 3 of them kind of like are like, whoa, like what did he get? But they're not letting me in on it, of course. I'm like the shirtless dope fiend. And they're like, we can't tell you on your first result. You have to blow another one so that we can see if it matches up. Like that's protocol. You have to blow the same number twice to make sure that it's not a defective breathalyzer. I'm like, okay. Blowing it again, it clicks, and they look at me and they're like, I don't know, they give me a weird look. I couldn't really read it. They looked happy, so I'm like, fuck, I probably blew. It's a .08 in California. I probably blew a .09 or something. You know, if I blew anything illegal besides a dick, it was just like a point over, like a fraction of a fucking, I was just a little bit too under the influence. And they're like, you blew a .06. And I like instantly, I'm just awashed in relief. I mean, that's what you want to hear if you're in a DUI situation, that you blew under the limit. I'm like, you know, maybe they're not going to search my pockets. Maybe they're not going to find the rigs and the spoon that I had and like the remnants of heroin, because, you know, I like been cooking black tar on it. It had carbon stains on the bottom, had black tar on the top. And they're like, you blow a .06. And I'm like, listen, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm an alcoholic. I'm going to treatment later today. I'm taking my stepkid to Chuck E. Cheese today. I'm really glad I get to do that. I was really worried that maybe like I had miscalculated how much I had to drink, and like, you know, man, I'm so relieved that it's a .06. And they're like, yeah, you can still take him to Chuck E. Cheese, you know, if you have time after you get out of jail. And I was like, what? And they're like, put your hands behind your back. And I was like, what the fuck? So they cuffed me. And like the whole time that I'm in the back seat, I'm like, I'm talking a lot of shit to the cop. I'm like, you're a fucking pig. Bah, 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 bah. You know, like, I mean, I get an attitude with cops. I've done that my whole life. It's really hard for me to like comply, you know, even nowadays. My house got raided a few months ago because I'm on parole. and like they were pulling a gun on my wife. Like she didn't do anything. Lower your weapon. You know, they had a loaded gun at my face. I'm like, dude, I'm handcuffed with my hands behind the back, sitting on a chair. You don't need to do this to me. And they're like, why would we lower our weapon? I'm like, because I don't want you to shoot me in the face. What kind of fucking question is that? And they're like, we're professionals. We don't accidentally shoot anyone. I'm like, dude, if I Googled how many, accidental police homicides there were a year, I bet they're in the thousands, goes up tenfold if you're a minority. Police brutality in this country is like a serious, serious issue that I think's only becoming illuminated because we have cameras on our phone. Thank God we do. I mean, think about what's been going on all those years when we didn't have that. And God bless Chuck Bronson and everyone else that's auditing these pieces of shit, Hopefully one day things change with that. But so I'm talking shit to him. We end up getting to the police station in Van Nuys. So it's kind of like a seedy part of the San Fernando Valley. It's probably like 20 miles north of downtown LA. And he like brings me to this big box machine that's protocol when you get a DUI. They have to verify it at the police station. He also took me to the hospital because, they have to check for injuries or whatever. So I blow into this machine at the Van Nuys police station and I blow a .03. So it was actually going down. And I forget what they told me, like something like, well, if it's going down, that means you're more drunk than if it's some weird contradictory. I was like, whatever. Like I blew a .06 on the road. I'm taking this to the box. I'm going to trial. You're an idiot. You're not getting a conviction out of me. Whatever, I'll be bailed out of here within hours, even though I knew that wasn't true. My dad definitely wasn't going to bail me out, and my wife didn't even like me. So, they end up taking me to like a holding station in Van Nuys, and at that particular holding station, I was very scared. Like I'd never been, now I said before I'd lied about the fact that I was on federal probation to like, state police, highway patrol, sheriffs, whatever. And it hadn't come up, but I'd never been to jail. I'd never been in custody. So I didn't know if like the federal probation was going to pop up. You would think if you're on any kind of supervision that it puts an automatic hold on you. I mean, I'm on state parole now. If I go to jail, they're putting an automatic hold on me. But feds is weird. They don't really get along. Like state and feds don't really get along that well. And it goes to your advantage if you're on federal probation or state parole or whatever, and you're caught in these different systems. So I didn't know if I was going home or what was going to happen. Basically, they said that I had to sober up and that once I sobered up, they were going to release me. I remember calling my wife, and she was, of course, she's like, oh my God, you are such a punk ass bitch. And I'm like, you only know that pisses me off because I told you that. She's like, fuck you. I'm like, can you bail me out, please? No. I'm like, okay, it's my money. Can you please bail me out of jail? No. I'm like, okay, whatever, dude. Hang up. Just already going through it because I just got arrested. Like, I have no idea what's going to happen. I know that now that I've been arrested, like, I'm probably going to get violated for sure. So, like, they end up releasing me at, like, 1 in the morning, It was horrible spending all those years in the feds the first time and then being busted again. Even for something so petty, just being back in jail after you've spent years in prison. I was talking to OG Badger about that yesterday when I saw him. It's like sometimes when you're faced with these little teeny, like 60 days, 90 days, little jail things, they can be more devastating than an actual prison term because you've like, it dismantles your life. So I get released at 1 in the morning. At this point, I've been kicking heroin all day. I've been in jail dealing with mostly drunk people, and I'm kicking. And, like, drunk people are the most annoying. Like, for anyone that's been to jail when you're dope sick, drunk people in the drunk tanks are the most annoying people ever. Can I use your toilet paper roll so I have a pillow? And you're like, no, dude, fuck you. I'm kicking heroin. Like, I get it. I get that you're wasted, but I get that's what everyone fights over, the one roll of toilet paper that's in the drunk tank because that's like the pillow and like one person gets it. So it's usually like some like low-key like jailhouse Darwinism, like whoever's biggest gets it. But like usually I pretty much stand on it. Like I'm taking the toilet paper roll and that's it. Like you can beat me up, but I'd rather at least attempt to be a little bit more comfortable when I'm kicking heroin. So they let me out at 1 a.m. and I call my wife, you know, like I end up going to like a 7-Eleven right there, and I don't have my cell phone, you know, like that was one thing that really pissed me off. They confiscated my cell phone and I had to go pick it up at like the California Highway Patrol office. I'm like, so you're gonna release me at 1 a.m. without a car and without a cell phone? Checks the fuck out, dude. Like, it's just so typical of them. Like, and they wonder why people are constantly cycling through jails. It's like you take away what little resources I have and you expect me to behave myself. It's ridiculous. So I go to the 7-Eleven. I try to use, like, I find this Armenian dude and I'm like, hey, you kind of look like the shadiest guy that was there. I'm like, hey, can I use your cell phone? And he's like, yeah. So I call my wife. I'm like, hey, I'm out. She's like, I don't give a fuck. I'm like, oh my God, just hang up on her, you know? And I tell the Armenian guy, I'm like, hey man, where are you headed? We're in Van Nuys. I'm like, can you give me a ride to North Hollywood? He's like, yeah, for sure. So we're driving. It's like him, this other guy, and we're in a Porsche SUV. And we're driving, and all of a sudden they start smoking heroin off tinfoil. It was like, felt like I won the lottery right there. I mean, I was just in this, I was like hitchhiking, going back to my house. I already knew I didn't have a car and I wasn't going to be able to get anything. And I was already like, I have to take a sub tomorrow. That's going to be horrible. It's the worst when you're coming off a run and you know you have to go back on Suboxone because it's always so uncomfortable, the transition. You have to wait. They say 12 hours, but I've gone into precipitated withdrawal 35 hours after the fact. Like, and once you go through that once, for anyone that doesn't know what that means, it's like a very like amplified withdrawal. It's like kicking amplified by fucking 10. It's literally nightmarish. Way worse with Vivitrol, but Suboxone still has the opioid antagonist that will throw you into precipitated withdrawal. It's happened to me a bunch of times. And especially in this period of my life, because I was always trying to hide my heroin addiction from my wife until she started doing it with me all the time. So I was going into precipitated withdrawal pretty frequently. So I was not looking forward to that. But then all of a sudden they start smoking heroin. I don't smoke heroin. If they don't have a needle or something, like, whatever. I mean, I'll do it just to get well, right? And nowadays people are doing dab rips with black tar. That's like a newer thing. You know, people weren't really doing that when I was younger, but I've like done that and it's crazy. That gets you loaded like you slam it. It's really, like, I never thought you could get that from just regular smoking. You're not going to get like that off tinfoil, you know? Yeah, smoking heroin's such a waste. I've always thought that. Like, I literally take it personally. Like, if I'm like with somebody and they're like, I'm going to smoke this. It's like, if we went halves on it, there's no way you're smoking anything. Sorry. Like, not even if you get your half first. I just don't want to see you waste it. You put it on a piece of tinfoil and you chase the, I don't even know. Like, a couple years ago, I remember I was in prison. One of the last time, the time before this, okay, so it was a few years ago. On the violation I'm about to get to. That's a pretty interesting little series. That's when I bought, that's when I ran into Big Meech. But I remember, like, we got tinfoil in prison, and like the binky that we were using didn't work. There's all sorts of really clever ways to unclog the needle when you're in prison. Like, you have to think of these very like clever ways to clean stuff because you don't have the tools that most people do on the street. You know, like on the street, if I clog it, I'll just like put it over a stove and like the heat usually like, you know, makes whatever's inside dissipate. In prison, it's not like that. So like people literally rip a chest hair off and like get another chest hair and like braid it together until it has like the thickness where you can like stick it in the needle and you can unclog it that way. People really do that. It has to be very, very tight just so that it's like the right width. But that's how people, like, we be on the yard and we, you know, talking about AIDS, like you're on a softball field slamming with like every single person on the yard. Like, seriously, people like be like jogging and like doing laps with their headphones on, and they'll like see a group of people like slamming with a binky, and they'll like stop and be like, oh, I didn't know you guys had a binky. Pull heroin out of their sock, and you just share with that person. Like, on a typical day being a heroin addict in prison, you'll share with like 10 to 20 people. It's insane. The chances of getting like HIV are pretty fucking high. I do not know how I don't have that. But I get tested pretty frequently, and I honestly don't. It's really weird. I've even shared it with people that have it. But so anyway, I smoke heroin with these guys, and these guys end up becoming like my connections. Like, these Armenian guys, like, I start going towards it. Of course, when I get home, my wife is just on like war zone mode, doesn't want to talk to me, and she's like, you need treatment. And I'm like, I already agreed to go. Yes, agreed. And, you know, even though I had smoked heroin, it didn't really get me like as well as I needed it to. And these guys could have sold me something right there and then, but she wouldn't give me money. I'm like, I gotta pay these guys for the ride they just gave me. She's like, you think I'm stupid, don't you? I'm like, I know you're stupid. I know that for a fact. But like, come on, it's, if I took an Uber, we'd have to pay for it with the credit card. It's the same thing. She's like, they probably have heroin. She was absolutely right. They did, and I couldn't get it. So I'm like, the couple hits from chasing the dragon off the tinfoil kind of got me well. Not really. Like, I was still sick, at least in my mind. I was